Hello everybody. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. Today's video is a Litha vlog. So if you're not really sure what Litha is, it's midsummer, it's summer solstice, it's whatever you want to call it. It's the longest day of the year. However you're celebrating, if you're celebrating, I obviously am doing this on Litha and this is being posted in the future, so I really hope that you had a wonderful day. It's a little gloomy here, I'm gonna be honest, so there was actually no sunrise to see. Fingers crossed that the weather clears up and I at least get to see some bit of sunshine. That would be wonderful, but we do what we can with what we have. I cannot control the weather and I just have to let it be, and I'm just going to be present and make the most of the day that I possibly can. Usually on any Sabbath, I just try my best to be present. I say this on the heels of throwing a massive temper tantrum on Beltane because I could not make a flower crown. That was not very nice of me, but it was what happened. I am going to try to make a flower crown today, so we'll see how that goes. But let's go ahead and kind of pop in a couple of things. I do have some cinnamon orange rolls with some strawberry fig jam in a couple of them in the oven, so it's going to be kind of a quick little start and just get us moving. So a couple things I want to go ahead and pop in are obviously the weather. So we are 62 and 70. And right now we are cloudy, but I'm not going to pop in anything. I've kind of learned my lesson here with this, that the weather is a little unpredictable. I'm not going to lie. And it's summer weather, so it may say rain and then rain for 5 minutes and then be sunshine all day. So I don't want to pigeonhole that. I am going to grab a Rise and Shine. I did get up on time. I got up at 5. We'll fill in my tracker in a little bit. I'm gonna do at 6:25 a.m. I was up at 5, but sunrise was at 6:25, so I did want to document that. I did do yoga. I'm trying to decide if I want to write with Adrian or how I want. I'll put that in this planner. We'll get there. So I've got yoga on there, and then I'll go ahead and I think that's really it for the morning. I have already migrated my tasks and started work a little bit. So I think what I want to do now, I have just a little bit of work stuff that I want to do. So just to see how long my bar needs to be, I really like this style. I definitely stole it from Helen. I'm gonna go ahead and put 1, 2, 3 so that I know to like skip that much space. I'm gonna do migrate tasks, which I've already done and taken care of. I am going to do retail tasks, retail calls. The rolls are smelling so good. I'm just gonna put bond because I don't have a lot of room, or I could do, because it will take quite a bit of time, bond prep. And then I'm gonna leave it at that. I know that's like really vague, but I made sure to get a lot done yesterday so that I didn't have to do a whole heck of a lot today on purpose. I did that on purpose so I could enjoy Litha to the best of its ability and not have too much on today. I will have a check-in with April at some point. I will have a check-in with Jen at some point. All these things are going to happen. Allocations is part of those tasks, and really it's me reminding my boss, not me necessarily taking care of everything. I think what I'm going to do is write spreadsheets though. Okay, I feel really good about this. So I'm going to do another lines, right? Another lines. I can't talk. That's not going to be helpful for a vlog. Okay, so I've got a nice little work banner going. I really like these here. I just feel like it doesn't take up the space that putting it at the top, which sounds so bizarre because it's still taking a butt ton of room. I don't know. I just like it and I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna leave this blank for now. I am gonna go ahead and put down that I've had 2 glasses of water. I haven't done my tarot yet because I think I'm gonna do the Litha tarot from workbook. And I'm going to put WP because it means ritual planner. I'm not carrying a crystal right now because they're all outside charging. At the moment, I'll probably grab a carnelian because that is like my sunstone of choice. That's my fire stone of, or stone crystal of choice. I'm a carnelian gal. So I'm gonna do that. I do want to dive into, grab a sticker for, let me see where my drink stickers are. I do want to grab specifically, if it's in here, it might be in here. I really need to suck it up and film this travel video so I can put everything back together because this is causing complete insanity and I'm looking in the wrong pouches all over the place. I want the white wine one specifically because white does tend to be summery. So I'm gonna do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll do Q3. This is the Q3 live stream, so it's me setting up. I love how all of the little curlicues, so I'm gonna have to even that out somehow. But all of my little arrows seem to be falling like in this little bracket. One quick thing I do wanna do while I've got all the planners out, this is my budget planner and I am not planning to use this at all today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and close it up and put it off to the side because I'm not planning on leaving. I'm not planning on spending any money. I do want to pop in my temperature. I'm trying to take that daily just to start tracking my cycle and my hormones a little bit better. And then I'm also going to, I'm gonna leave that bubble unbubbled. So you'll see all these like little circles. They are for me to track my cycle. So I have my own tracking method in my head and I know what it means, like what the colors mean. I know how many circles mean. Obviously it usually depicts the flow. So that's how that works out. And I can go ahead and, I don't know, again, I don't know where any of my crap is right now. I feel really totally disorganized. I'm gonna use this little yellow because it is Litha. And I may be misspelling her name, and for that, I'm sorry. But I will put it in the description. The sunrise yoga video with Yoga with Adrienne is what I did for my workout. So I can go, oh, I don't have my workout thing on here anymore. That's fine. And I don't have anything to check off yet because I haven't done anything else. So this is where I'm gonna leave you until our next check-in. Hello again. We are gonna fill in a few things. It is actually Thursday morning, so the day definitely got away from me yesterday to the point that I not only, I didn't forget about the live stream, time got away from me and I looked up and it was after 6 o'clock. I was in a bit of a bread catastrophe at the time. I tried out Helen's recipe for her rosemary pull-apart bread, and I don't know what I did, but I did something wrong. So I'm gonna have to reattempt that. So I am using 837 to fill in my cycle tracker. I mark my cycle with the little stencil from Hobonichi. So these little guys. I used this little circle right here, I think, yeah, the little circle on the green one. I like these little or the little stencils. I think they're great and they pop into my planner really easy. Other than the sunrise with yoga, I don't have any like fitness things to add to it. Again, the day got away from me. So by the time I really got around to any type of skincare situation, it was afternoon. So I'm gonna count it as PM. I did take my meds. I did not take my supplements. I did not read, and I did not get to do my Hobonichi 5-year. I am gonna end off this video. I think what makes the vlogs kind of fun is, and this is just my interpretation, so feel free to add notes. I like the fact that you see a little bit of daily life. I love the fact that you see kind of more than one planner, and I love that I finish each one off with the Hobonichi 5-year side of things, even if it's not on that day that I actually did it. I just think it's kind of fun to do that. So yeah, because it's Thursday, I can go ahead and pop in my temperature. I admittedly am obviously brand new to doing this, so I think the slight fluctuation is because this was literally, I got up, turned the coffee pot on, and then went back and took my temperature. These, I had kind of been up for a sec and gotten up and walked around and then realized like, oh crap. So I'm getting better at figuring out like I need to get up and do this. And I am actually, let me see. I need to really go through my sticker stash every so often. I kind of go through a phase of I need to like use up stickers. And this is from this is how old this is. These are from the fitness sticker rolls. Look how many I have. For God's sakes, like I will never. And I think I have a fitness sticker. I don't think I know. I have like a mini fitness workbook. I'm definitely into the stickers this week, and I'm not opposed to that. One thing I kind of preach, yes, I am trying to decide what color I want to use. I really like the blue. One thing that I really do preach is the fact that I think that it's super important that you use your planner for a little while before you get sticker washy crazy. Wow, that fits so well. That's kind of bananas. Yeah, I'm like a big supporter of use your planner for a while, like know what you're doing. Even like this tracker, like I probably could have added it in from the beginning because I kind of always knew I wanted one, but I didn't know what I wanted in it quite yet, what would make the most sense. My OCD is clearly out of control this morning due to the fact that my whole world was a little out of hand yesterday. Why? I feel like a ninja. That still isn't as synergy as I wanted it to be. I do log my weight separately, but one thing I thought was super interesting, if I can find it, is obviously, like, even with everything I ate yesterday, I don't feel too bad. So I just wanted to check my weight this morning, and I'm popping that in there. So that's really good. I can go ahead and do an AM check and a check for eye cream. Gotten that taken care of. I won't fill in my cycle bubble until later in the day because the goal for me is to track like what the flow kind of is for the day. And again, I have my own system. I think you should obviously create a key that works best for you, and if you need to write it down, write it down. I know in my head what it is, and I don't have to guess about it. It's been the same tracker method for ages, but I will fill that out later in the day. And so that's kind of it for right now. I'll check back in with this planner this evening or maybe even first thing in the morning and be able to mark off these things. I'm not gonna have time for a workout today. I'm gonna be in the office. I actually need to go in early. There's meetings all day, and then on top of that, we have a lot of meeting prep that I need to do for next week. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that off to the side. And then we're gonna get into today, or into the daily spread. So I did handle a good bit of red tail tasks I didn't finish. I did handle all of the calls that I needed to do. I did work on bond prep, but didn't finish. And then I migrated anything and everything to do with the spreadsheet. So I will go ahead and mark off all of my water because I did get all of my water. And I can go ahead and write in the weather situation. It literally rained all freaking day. Sometimes torrentially. It was not ideal. So another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ever so carefully pull this little guy up because that didn't happen. I am not a huge fan of doing that, like pulling up a sticker. And it's rare that I have to. It's very rare that I just have an issue like that happen where it gets out of hand. I have had to cancel a live stream before because of workload. But I've never had to I'm just gonna stick it on this little bit of extra sticker paper, and it's not gonna wanna stick very well, but I'm gonna make it. And then I'll use some glue to help adhere it at another point. But essentially, time just got away from me. So I'm gonna cover this up with a label sticker here in a minute, I think is gonna be the plan. So that was about 6 o'clock. I'm trying to think of maybe what I can cover this with. let's see, what kind of June. I kind of would like a florally type of label. Let's see what I've got. I'm really bad at using my labels, so I have no doubt I'll find something. It's just a question of, will it be big enough to cover? I think I might try this Post-it, possibly. I kind of like this sunflower one more. I think it's gonna be bigger. Theory, and I'm gonna try it because I basically write too big and I kind of stuffed this up, so I'm gonna show you. So I tried to write Midsummer, which was the movie that I watched, and I write really big. So I'm gonna try to see how I like that, and I really don't. I need a watching sticker. I don't know if this is gonna work like I'm envisioning it. I don't think it is. I'm just not cohesive with this. I've got a plan. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't have another one. Excuse me. All right, we're gonna toss this one, and it's just gonna get lost to the wind, unfortunately. That sucks. I hate when that happens. And I'm gonna flip that. Fit perfect. Okay, this is a lot of stickers for one situation, but think what I'm also gonna do is save myself some struggles here. I don't know that I love that. That's like probably the most layered situation I've ever done. And again, could I have probably just whited out the whole thing? Yes. But then once the stickers were made, I just kind of didn't want to keep chucking stickers. And Midsummer is not a movie I watch very often. So I think that's the first time I've actually seen it all the way through. So cleaning up that mess a little bit. Okay. Now I want to use a cooking sticker. Because like I said, I was kind of in a bread catastrophe. I just couldn't, I don't know what happened. I really honestly don't know what happened. Where are my, they're there. I'm gonna use the little chef because I made all the things. I'm gonna put them over here, kind of in the middle. So I grilled some chicken in the rain. So I went out there and it was like misting, like it was just annoying. And then while I was grilling, it decided to like downpour. And so like I was kind of like in a covered awning area and then periodically going to check the chicken in the rain, which was funny. But my salad turned out really good. I baked some cookies. They were lemon blueberry with cream cheese chips in them. And I think they turned out really good. They could have been more lemony. I think next time I would zest a lemon instead of use lemon juice, which is what I used. I'm gonna do TCMC bread. And I'm gonna do what the fuck, because I really don't know what happened. I really don't. Okay, I lie. I think I know what I did wrong. I don't make bread very often, and I think I misunderstood something. And so I'm gonna try it again, but I was out of yeast, like the active yeast. I only had a little bit in the house, and I was either gonna try the TCMC bread or I was gonna do the focaccia recipe I already know how to do. And that's really what I should have done. I'm glad I tried something new. It was very good. It was edible. It was fine. It was delicious. It was just not what it was supposed to be, which was really annoying. So there's that. I'm gonna do stuffed shells, and I'm also gonna do turnovers. And then I was completely freaking exhausted. I do want to add a swatch for other watching, because I did watch other things that day, and that can fill up the remainder of this space. I'm only going to do one of the things. So I did watch some of the Clone Wars season 4 in the morning, but because I don't have a lot of room, I do just want to write down what Jeff and I were watching, which was season 3, episode, wow, I can't write, 1 and 2. I don't like carrying it all the way to the bottom, but I don't have choice here. Righteous Gemstones, which is hilarious, and I'm so excited about the new season. So there's that. I did not even end up doing my Litha tarot, which was really difficult. So again, this is a lot of food to be making and work to be doing. That's why I didn't film like any working activities, because they were kind of being done in tandem between things. I made a flower crown in here while I was watching the movie. Like, there was a lot happening before, probably, there was a lot happening all day. But like, it definitely transitioned as soon as like 4 o'clock hit and my boss left for the day, and like I could shut it down for the day. I was still kind of like doing things off to the side, like updating things, but my bread was messed up. So like, what was supposed to take 30 minutes really took like hours to just keep trying to find the consistency and get it at least to a manageable state that I could bake it. And when you don't make bread, you don't know how to do that. So I'm like researching. Could I have thrown the whole thing in the trash and just scrubbed it? Absolutely. Am I stubborn as hell? Absolutely. So that just didn't happen. So yeah, that's where we landed. And then Jeff got here and he was like kind of, he was trying to decompress from his day, and so he did that while I continued to cook. And I am a clean as I go person. Like, I don't just throw it all in the sink and then just deal with it later. I just kind of try to, you know, go at it in between things. So I was trying to clean while dough was still doing stuff and while things were in the oven, so that we didn't have like the messiest kitchen in the world when we went to bed. Nor did I really want to wake up to it, because I knew I was going to have to be in the office as early as I possibly could be today. So it just got really chaotic, and I think that I am definitely fumbling and scrambling a little bit today and feeling awful that I basically gave no notice that I wasn't going to do that, because that's just not who I am, and that's kind of annoying. So I actually don't know where that sticker is going to go, because I don't know when I'm going to make up for the live stream and how I want to do it. So I'm going to put a poll up. Obviously it's in the future now when you're watching this, so you'll know whatever happened. I'm either going to try to do a live stream on Saturday earlier in the day, or I am going to do it as a video, and then people can just watch it directly and not have to plan for the live stream, even though it does upload to become one. So that's where I'm at, and I'll put a poll up and see what happens and what people would rather have, and then I will move accordingly. I am going to go ahead and make a slash through the Litha vlog, because I'm working through that. Obviously, I have started the Nordstrom return. I need to take it to the post office, so I will handle that. And there we are. So from here, I do want to put like a little YouTube icon to film. I'm not 100%, I'm thinking I'm gonna go to Jeff's this afternoon, so I don't want to get like too in the weeds with this. I don't love how close that is. That's a problem for me. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. And then I'll just write film again and like leave room for a slash. I don't love that. Tidy apartment, and then I'm gonna run the dishwasher today. And then I'm gonna be at work. And like I said, there is a lot happening today. So I'm gonna do my little 3 bars. You're kind of getting a 2-for-1 in this. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe that's just my guilt of not. And I get it, life happens. Like, don't get me wrong, I really do understand. Life happens and you guys are not gonna come at me with like pitchforks. So I need to print all of the appointment materials for today, and that's the first thing that I'm gonna do. The next thing I'm gonna handle is mail tasks. And I think I put that too close. This is the number one thing that I freaking do, that I get really aggravated that I do. So, and I can't like make that long until I see how far this list goes. So I'm gonna skip over that while it kind of dries, and I'm gonna stick my finger here so I don't mess up. I'm gonna do confirm calls, Rogers, I have to finish the bond prep today. So I'm just gonna write bond, and then Ullengren, I need to start their prep as well. And then allocation tasks are definitely a thing today. And I think that's it. A lot of these are very time consuming, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm not really trusting myself today, so I'm going to get my ruler out to at least do one of these lines. I'm not even 100% trusting myself with the darn ruler. And I kind of do like a wonkiness to the line, like I don't mind it. And then I'm going to find a little package sticker while that dries. I need to go to Target because I'm gonna do, it doesn't matter. I'm overthinking this. I call Nordstrom Nordy, just like I call Target Target. But I do need to go to the post office and drop that off. I've got it ready to go. I just need to drop it off. And then I'm gonna leave space for the rest of the day from here because I really don't know what the day's gonna hold yet, if I'm being completely honest. I may or may not go to Jeff's. I'll just see kind of what his day holds, and he's got a lot going on this weekend, so we won't get to see each other until probably Sunday. So it would be nice to kind of hang out. Not that we didn't last night. I was just very involved with Litha things. If I end up staying home, then I'll probably move the spread over to here. We'll see what happens. I'll definitely like film them and then maybe even go ahead and like give you the bonus of both days. Maybe I'll just vlog for 2 days. We'll see what happens. All right, everybody, until the update. Hello. So I know we really didn't know, I say we, but I didn't really know how I wanted to approach the 5-year Hobonichi side of Litha, whether I wanted to do the 21st and the 22nd, or really what I wanted to do. I think a majority of that was just depending on A, how I felt, and B, if I kept carrying it over. Litha turned out to be really interesting in a lot of ways overall, like if we're gonna, kind of just chat about those couple days as a whole. I definitely was really bummed, and I think that shows that the sun never came out. It was a really rainy week. It was a really rainy day. That was just quite a little bummer there. And I think I got caught in the weeds a little bit more than I would like to admit about that. And I'm not super happy about that, but it is what it is. So I ended up only doing the one Litha page on Litha and just calling it done. I went on to journal about other things throughout the week, but in terms of like for this video and the filming aspect, I just decided to do the one page. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see me stamping. I am using Allie Brown's mini essential stamp set. Unfortunately, you can no longer get these. I absolutely hate when I use things that people can't get, but I also have to be realistic that I film a lot and I do still want to use my supplies. So I'm so sorry when that happens, but it is what it is. But I really love this font. I definitely want to use this in my planner for some of the quarterly pages for Q4. I think I was kind of bummed that I didn't use them for Q3, and I had them in my mind to possibly use. But it's okay. I can test drive and play with them from now until then. I definitely go through phases where I want to use more supplies other than others. More supplies more than others. That sounds more accurate. But I'm enjoying using those stamps right now. So while that ink dried, I went ahead and popped down a Little Coffee Monster Co. Rainy Day sticker. This is from the older set. She has recently redone them. So I'm not sure if both sets are available in the shop, but I know that this is from the older set for sure. As far as the journaling goes, I kept it really clean on the left-hand side. I had to figure out which side was which there for a second. On the left-hand side, I just end up writing about kind of how I was bummed about the sun not showing up on the longest day of the year. But I do kind of go on to talk about how lovely it was that I kind of wasn't the only one. A lot of my coven sisters, we were all kind of in it together. It seemed like there was a lot of rainy days all over the place. So it kind of was like, okay, well, you're not the only one. It's not like there's a gray cloud over your apartment specifically. So, let's just kind of all make the most of it. And we did. And it was lovely to chat with them throughout the day and see what everybody was doing. That was just lovely. And honestly, we were just trying to make the best of it. One thing I did find funny was that I chose to watch Midsummer. And I know I kind of talk about this in the planning portion of the video. I had pretty much slept through the first round of it. And I love the main actress, and I completely her last name is Puh, and why can't I remember her first name? Oh my gosh. Anyways, love her and everything that she's in. I think she is fantastic in Little Women, and now I'm half tempted to see if I can find that on some kind of streaming service and give it a go. But I did watch it, and while I made my flower crown and off and on through tasks and things, so it was kind of running all day. A lot of times I have to do that with a movie because I'm stopping to do work-related tasks. I'm stopping to do calls. It's probably terrible for my TV to be constantly running like that, but whatever. It's what works best for me. But I had really forgotten how freaking crazy that movie is. And I think it even has like 100% or something on Rotten Tomatoes, which is wild. It is a really good movie. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It is, there's a lot of triggers, so be warned. If you are sensitive to certain topics or things, like maybe read a little bit of a bio about it before you dive in, because it's intense and it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. The cast is really solid though, and it's really cool for me to see like maybe familiar faces. Like I had forgotten that the guy who is in Peripheral as the brother is her boyfriend in that. I had forgotten about that. The guy who plays Kovun from C is in it. I didn't remember that. Like, again, I was like half asleep the first time I watched it. So it was a really nice movie to watch throughout the day and be a little bit more invested in it. And while I'm sitting here yammering on about that, I am using an assortment of Tombow markers to do several doodles throughout that page. I did take a little bit of a different approach. So rather than write what I made, I just kind of wrote down a couple things that I did and then kind of how I felt about those things. Previously, I've been writing down like the menu and then the correspondences. I do think I like that style a little bit better, and I think I'll carry that over into Lunasaw and kind of go back to that style. It was fun to try something different, and again, I feel like maybe just the frustration was still hanging out, and the fact that I didn't do several things that I did want to do. Like I never ended up doing my Litha tarot, my bread. Obviously, I feel like I'm gonna fall over if I talk about this bread incident one more time, but the bread saga really did mess me up and kind of like messed with my confidence a little bit. And it was a new recipe, and I shouldn't have gotten so butthurt about it, but I did. And I didn't have any backup bread. And that's really unlike me to not have like a backup situation if I'm trying something new. So it was just a meh thing. I love that Banks has made several little guest appearances while I have this crafty time. But I definitely think for Lunasaw, I'm going to go back to just kind of the menu and the correspondences style. Maybe try something new with that. As far as the sunrise yoga went, I do just think it's super funny that obviously I did yoga in the morning when the sun was rising, but I couldn't see because it was cloudy. I did try out the Yoga with Adriene videos, and I know I've mentioned this earlier in this video already, but I am going to put the link down below to not just her channel, but the video that I specifically watched. I think her style is really great for any stage of yogi. It's just a really laid back situation. As far as the orange rolls go, I was super thrilled to put some strawberry fig jam in some. It's something my grandfather would have done. He typically liked orange marmalade or apricot jam in his, so they'd be like either super, super, super orangey or have that little hint of apricot. And it just made me think of him and made me smile that I was like bringing him into the day in my own little way. As far as the flower crown went, weaving technique was definitely different. It was a good first try. I learned some things. I don't know that I will buy flowers to do it again because it's a little expensive to do that. I would most likely just try to go somewhere like in a natural setting and enjoy picking flowers and doing that with like a natural assortment of flowers. One year, and Litha being on a Wednesday, maybe next year I can, take a weekend or something and do it over the weekend. I'm going to be really curious to see if I stay true to the doing it on the actual day, if I start to get a little bit more fluid and allow myself to do it like the weekends before or after. I think that my OCD is just a little too strong, and it's pretty... I get very cut and dry when it comes to Sabbats, and I think it's a preservation of my own self kind of thing where it's, you have this day to do it on this day. If it doesn't happen this day, move on. And I think that it keeps me from dragging something out, but it also keeps me like focused and present and on task that day. So we'll see what happens in 2024, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I went on to make a summer salad, which was really lovely. I thought that it was really great with the freshness and just all the different elements. So I had grilled some chicken, put it on a spring mix, and then I cut up some strawberries, threw on some feta and pecans, and then I had a lemon vinaigrette and I just mixed some honey into it. And it was really lovely. It wasn't too sweet. It wasn't too tart. It really was just like a very nice balanced salad. Obviously I make a little doodle of the bread, and I love that I captured the shape of how it turned out, because that is not what it was supposed to be. So I really wanted to capture that moreover than anything, so that the next time I make it, if it's corrected, then I can celebrate that. I did do a doodle for spicy stuffed shells. I'm not really 100% sure that I love how the doodle turned out, but it is what it is. My lasagna is still reigning supreme in that like kind of combination category with ricotta and all the good cheeses. But obviously, spicy shells covered the fact that it was a fire and water festival, so I will probably do those again next year. I just might change up a couple things, maybe try a different combo, maybe do like a spicy chicken stuffed shell or something in that family. Just try something different. So I'll be again, I think what's making the Hobonichi 5-year so great, and especially now including my Sabbats, I think it'll be fun to see what activities I get up to in the next 2 years to add to that page. I think it'll be really nice. Overall, I was very exhausted at the end of this day, and Jeff even had to help me put stuff away. I literally just got in the bed, and once I sat down, it was a done deal. And we finished off the day watching Righteous Gemstones, and it was just a lovely ending to a very interesting, very long day. But I do hope you all had a lovely Litha. If you had a rainy Litha, let me know, so I know I'm not alone in this. If you had a sunny Litha, I still want to know what you did. And I look forward to taking on Lunasaw with you and doing the planning for that as well. Of course, I'll be doing another unboxing for that. But until then, enjoy creating your own wonderlands and enjoy summer and sunshine. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.